on the timeline. This happened, last Friday? Kanye hit the streets. Or, I'm sorry, Ye came back.
Yeah.
Wow. Interview with Drink Champs.
It was pretty interesting interview. Nothing Kanye says and or does surprises me anymore.
It's the same. It's the same. It's the same.
It's just fun.
Like if you're feeling emotional or passionate about Ye or anything that he says, I need you to know he's doing this on purpose. Multiple times during that interview, he said, "I'm going to get canceled." He wants to be canceled. He wants to be talked about. And speaking of talking about, he talked about everybody. Everybody
caught a stray. This nigga made sure to let y'all know, don't let her talk to you and tell y'all that we not together no more, because that's still my wife.
He said we ain't signed no papers yet.
I ain't seen those papers.
They not looking for them.
And them crackers at NBC got her to say that we was divorced and we not divorced.
He said, everybody want the divorce. I don't want the divorce. I don't want it.
My kids don't want it.
Y'all calling Future toxic. Can we get into Ye?
Can we talk about Kim being toxic? She out here providing this.
Providing content?
Like, ma'am, this man said he didn't ever ask for this.
I mean, who does ask for the divorce?
You know who should.
Yo, you know who should.
You know who should. We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay, all right, cool.
There's somebody in the world who is crying for a divorce.
I had it ready.
We'll get into that next. So Ye talked about Drake, and I'm not gonna lie, I had a good chuckle on this part because I guess they had a conversation based off of what Ye is saying, and he told Drake, "It's not cool that you talk about my wife Kim as if you slept with her." Drake said, "I ain't sleep with her." And I could just picture Ye like fuming because in the interview, he goes on to say, well, I mean, he didn't fuck her, but there's multiple other things to do. Did you slide in her DMs? Did you take her on dates? Have you hung out with her? That just checks off one box. You didn't fuck her, so what? And he's like, and then you send subs. And he's like, I take my kids to parties and they gotta listen.
Hey, having to take your kids to a birthday party and hear sicko mode is nuts.
They gotta listen to a song where you threaten my life, and I couldn't hold it.
It's amazing that one song has got that man at night like uneasy, like
shaking in his boots.
I know we talked about this a few episodes ago, but after seeing this interview,
I told you, I sat here and I told you all of this shit is planned. And you was looking at me like, no. And I'm like, no, Rez, this plan. The chaoticness of the situation is a plan, bro. If I wanted to be done with the album and have it out tomorrow, I could call anybody in the world. They could put it out right now when I asked them to. This nigga be doing this shit on purpose.
Yes.
This nigga is a nigga that has been hurt for years. Yeah. Like I told you, his villain story is about motherfuckers hurting him.
Yeah.
And all he do is go on to hurt people.
So, all right. Am I the only person who was surprised when he mentioned Thanos?
Nah,
I just feel like he just never comes off as the person that would watch anything Marvel.
But you gotta understand that he is like an artist, and so like he only knows how to speak in metaphors around pop culture and shit. So he becomes this guy, which he not the Thanos in this situation.
He thinks he is.
He think he is. He think he's a lot of shit. He think Donda is better than CLB. And from what I keep figuring out, this nigga Drake will be number one for a week. Some album come out, be really good, and come out and take the number one spot, and then he go back the next week and be number one again. People are listening to him.
He said a lot on that interview. He dissed a lot of people.
Prayers for Talib Kweli.
Yes.
Because he went to town on Talib
Kweli. He called Just Blaze a copycatter.
He called Just Blaze a copycat. He said that Talib Kweli couldn't out-rap Common if he had to. Like he went through the world.
But weren't they cool for him?
Man, fuck that. When you start, Kanye's thing is that when you start dissing him publicly, hurt people.
Yeah, he was over that. And I think somebody had said something along the lines of, would you rather be Talib or Kanye? And Common or yeah. And
he even went as far as to say, Common be talking that shit them white people be telling them, but he don't be talking about me publicly, and that's why I pick Common. Hurt people hurt people.
You petty.
He also had a thing for Pharrell. This was obviously shade.
It was. I feel like it was shade
everybody
too.
knows Pharrell is from Virginia,
and I feel like it's like he's his closest contemporary that does the exact same thing that Kanye does.
His question, because Nore does a game where he asks like
quick time one. Yeah,
and he asks Timberland or Pharrell.
This nigga
and he says Timberland because Timberland made it about a VA. And I'm thinking in my head, like, well, Pharrell is from VA too. And Nore says it obviously because he knows Pharrell. He was just on the show. Yeah. And he's like, oh, well, you know, like Timberland. And he tries to like go in depth. But no, you really picked Timberland because you don't want to be compared to Pharrell.
Yeah, it be shade.
Big Sean.
Call it straight.
Big Sean was minding his business.
Minding his business.
What was it? Big Sean
just put an album out. Like, let's be clear. Big Sean.
Small project, right?
Yeah, he put a new project out. Project just means anything. If a motherfucker sneezed on a song, he put out a project.
Yeah, that's
right. We don't really know the definition. I can't tell you what a mixtape album or EP is. But, huh?
You can't tell a difference anymore.
Yeah, you don't know. No. So, like, Big Sean has, like, been
what was the question Nore asked?
Who would he pick? Pusha T or Big Sean?
Okay. And they're both signed to Good Music or was. Okay.
Which might have to play into his answer.
All right. Let's do it.
This nigga went in to say it was the worst decision he's ever made in his life.
And Nore said, clap it up for him. Clap it up.
And they had to correct him and say, no, he said worse. He went on to say that when I die, my tombstone...
He stood up for this.
...will say I deserve to be here because I signed Big Sean. And the whole time I'm sitting here... Like, mind you, this is live like Friday night. Like, niggas was watching this in real time, including Big Sean, who then went out to tweet... Oh, Drink Champs just hit me and said they want me to come on here.
That's
Kanye
right.
must have been talking crazy.
That's right.
He then heard what Kanye said and then showed a picture of them together from last week that said, I just seen him. He didn't say none of this to me.
So basically, Big Sean said, I'm not one of them. I don't know.
Hey, Big Sean kept the lights on at Good Music for a really long time to be treated like this.
And he need to talk to him better, right?
Yeah, he need to put some respect on that man's name.
But this goes back to what EA was saying earlier. Like, Kanye is talking like this because he feels as though he can't be touched. In his mind, this is a performance. This is acting. He's an entertainer. He's in hip hop. He said it in the interview. WWE. People can't touch me. I make too much money. So he's talking the way that he's talking and he's dropping names like that because he feels like he's on a different level. I mean, I haven't touched $1 billion, so I don't know what it feels like. But if I had $1 billion, I would talk to y'all niggas like y'all wasn't shitty.
This nigga is not just talking to regular people. This nigga said he put Kim Kardashian, Travis Scott, Jay-Z, and Drake in a text thread and said, I'm worth more money than all of y'all combined.
Is Kanye okay?
No.
Okay.
He's never been.
Okay.
I'm just like, I'm flabbergasted. Like, but I know.
Hold up. This hove.
So I know this conversation then starts to become like anti-Kanye. Like, this nigga's wild.
He's not wilding.
But in the like spectrum of all the shit he says, he does say a lot of good shit.
Right.
He says things that like we as Black people need to start uplifting ourselves and owning shit like properties.
Hold on.
Wait,
I'm going to stop you right there because he said another thing about Black people too, the Plan B part.
I mean,
I'm going to do my research on that, but the Plan B done saved me from a baby. You feel me? With my husband, like
that's your choice. Okay. Like that's your choice.
I agree with the choice thing.
Yeah. He don't agree with the choice thing, but that's all about preference. Hey, that's not my business. But some of the shit he says is amazing. Like they've been trying to pit us against each other as Blacks.
Yeah,
they don't want to see us win. They don't. I mean, it's
and not to be confused with they, but
it's right. It's true. Like you don't pick. I've been standing here yelling, I should be the head of a fashion house. And then you then go around to me to pick a close friend, colleague, brother of mine.
I will.
Well, but the thing is, Virgil has been focused on that way more than Kanye was.
But Kanye has literally been screaming that I want to do fashion for our last decade.
So what?
He's made Louis Vuitton millions of dollars by just being an ambassador. The Louis Vuitton Don ain't just a nickname he came up with.
It's something to feel away about.
It's something to feel away. And we don't give him the chance to tell people, hey, I'm hurt by this. Because when I say I'm hurt, it now makes it feel like I'm hating on Virgil.
That's because nobody
is hating on Virgil.
But that's because nobody talks like that in the industry. Like, I haven't heard anybody be as candid as he was in that interview, especially on Drink Champs. Like, a lot of people come on there and they tiptoe around questions.
Yeah.
He told you why he picked Common over Talib. He told you why he picked Pusha T over Big Sean. Like, he told you why. And
why he don't fuck with John
Legend. I think
Legend.
the problem is with Ye is that people automatically, he said this in the interview, whenever he starts talking, people feel like, oh, he's off one. Like, no, like, you can't blame everything I'm saying on my mental state. Like, I'm calm, I'm cool, I'm talking to you, I'm smoking a little weed. Yeah, I got my mental issues, but this is how I feel.
Yeah.
So I think the whole Kanye lost his mind. We can't lean on that too much.
He just contradicts himself all the time.
That's fine, but I think that's how he feels.
I think that's what us as humans do.
I contradict myself a lot
every day
on the show.
I do it a lot.
All right.
I don't be caring.